Hey guys, me Dave. It's 11/28/2020. So I thought I would do a little video. I was out in the community a little bit online. There's lots of perps out. There's tons of perps out tonight. Talking nonsense and all this stuff. I can't help it. I'm sorry for bringing these people up all the time, but sorry for my video last night. It's I don't know. I don't mean to pick on people. It's just. I just, you know, I want this to end, and people are watching us, and doctors are watching us, and all this stuff, and we're being watched by these agencies, and they're going, I got you right where you wanna, I got you right where I want you. You're making a fool out of yourself, and that's what we want, man. To discredit your own self, They don't even have to discredit you because you're discrediting yourself. But anyway, so I want to talk about Cointelpro. Do we all know what Cointelpro is? The FBI program. Martin Luther King. They deployed Cointelpro against him, and they sabotaged his life. They wrote letters to him. They did many different things. This is back in the '60s or whatever. It's been going on. Well. Do some research on, I'm sure you guys heard of Cointelpro, FBI Cointelpro. Do some research on that, if you don't know what it is. People don't understand, you know, um, you know, people believe a lot of things. Some TIs, real TIs, believe a lot of things, they're looking through colored glass. I hate to say, but they are, and they don't understand why this community doesn't come together, and we could be so powerful, and we could, but people don't understand why we don't come together, and collide as one force and try to fight this thing. All right. It's meant to be like that, you guys. It's Cointelpro. We are infiltrated so much, it's not even funny. It's not even funny. A lot of TIs don't want to believe that. They are naive. I'm not saying that to put them down or whatever, but they are naive. They don't want to believe so-and-so could be a perp, and they're all to hurt you, not help you, I'm talking about anybody in the community. I don't understand. Some TIs, if they're real, they act like they don't get perped by people in the community, and they're almost sticking up for these people, these perps and stuff. They're defending them almost. I don't know why that is, why some people don't get perped, or if they do get perped, maybe they don't realize they're being perped. I get perped all the time. I'm on Facebook. I get perped all the time by a lot of people. I block lots of people a day because I get perped so much. I'll hop on those calls. I don't talk on those calls. I don't care to talk on those calls. I'll listen sometimes for a little bit. And there'll be people on there saying parts of my life, and nobody knows me, on those calls or anything, and they will be saying parts of my life, it's controlled, it has to be controlled, it has to be that way, it's just part of it. I'm not saying everyone's a perp. I'm saying the people who talk mostly are perps because they have to control that conversation. So it's Cointelpro. We are infiltrated. They have to control things. They have to control the situation, the conversation, and all this stuff. They're on Facebook. We're all over it. I think you have to be naive to think that we're not infiltrated. Dr. Duncan interviewed thousands of TIs, and coming from him, he said on an interview one time, he's like, so he was asked, he's like, the interviewer was like, how many people do you think are real TIs? Dr. Duncan said maybe 30% are real. So what does that leave? That leaves 70% are not real. And he interviewed thousands of TIs, 2 to 3 thousand, I think. You know, so that's coming from him. You know, a credible person and all this stuff that knows what he's talking about in this community. You know, I think he's friends with lots of perps. I've noticed. Um, you know, I don't understand that, um, but they're out there. We're infiltrated. They have good relationships with the doctors. Are they have a good following. You know, do you think they're gonna let a real TI have a good following and you know, and actually get somewhere in this community? They're not gonna let that happen. It's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's just not. You know, so Cointelpro is happening to us. You know, they infiltrate Black Lives Matter. They infiltrate, what is it, Antifa or whatever. They infiltrate all these groups. It's not just us. They're infiltrating all these groups to stir up trouble. There's troublemakers in the community. They're out there getting arrested and trying to get you arrested, and they're causing trouble and burning buildings down and rioting. And you know, a lot of those people are paid perpetrators. You know, Cointelpro. You know, I don't know who they're hired by. I'm not saying these agencies hire them, you know, but somebody's hiring them. I don't know who it is, you know. But what my point is that who's ever hiring these people, even in our programs, if it's the contractors that are hiring these people or whatever, I don't know who's hiring these people. But we are infiltrated. People just don't want to realize that. They just don't want to admit it. They're in denial, you know. It's just, that's a fact. That's what's happening in this community. So when people say, well, gosh, we need to get together, it needs to be all rosy and beautiful and all this stuff, why can't we do that, and we can fight this? It's meant to be like this. It's not all rosy and pretty and wonderful. You know, you are really looking through colored glass. You know, you're in La La Land. Naive, very naive. If you really believe that half your friends are real, they're not. They're not real. You know, I mean, you know, I was gonna mention something, but I'm not gonna mention it because it's for the women's sake. But you know, I hear some stuff on, you know, some of these guys do live streams and all this stuff. You can tell there's people on there perping. You know, I mean, you can tell they're perping the host, and that the host doesn't even realize he's being perped. You know, it's unreal. It really is unreal. So I can't fix those people. I can't warn these people. They don't want to see it. They don't want to know it. They just, you know, it's I don't think it's ever going to change. It's never going to change until people wake up. You know, people think they're awake. They're the biggest sheeple in the world, you know. I mean, you know, they think they're awake, you know, because they think they really know what's going on, but they're the biggest sheeple in the world, you know. They really are. I mean, it's you know, I watch it with my own eyes and stuff, you know. It's I think you have to have an open mind. You know, I'm not saying trust the mainstream media and trust alternative media. I'm saying stay in the middle and have an open mind. You know, don't really believe either side, because, you know, do a little research on some of these people, and they have a history of, you know, of their own beliefs and stuff like that, and they're pushing their own beliefs on the public, you know, and people buy it. You know, it's unreal. People buy it, you know, and they're trying to make money off it too, you know, trying to make money off it, you know, and stuff. But so anyway, I'm gonna cut this off. You guys have a good night. You know, who knows, maybe I'll make another video later if I'm bored, you know. But but I wanted to talk about Cointelpro. We're infiltrated big time. You know, but people just don't want to see that, and they'll counteract what I'm saying. They just don't want to believe it, you know, and they, You know, I'm talking from experience. I get perped all the time. I get perped all the time online. All the time. I have to block people all the time online. They'll give me misinformation and disinformation and all this stuff. You know, I think they're my friend, and then all of a sudden they start perping me. It happens all the time. You know, and they don't perp other TIs. I don't understand why, or if they just don't realize they're not being, you know, they're being perped. I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna cut this off. You guys have a good night, and I'll talk to you guys later.